Sam, working with Jeremy, how's that chemistry been between you guys in developing this staff?
It's been good. It's all about the players. It's all about making sure that they get the most out of everything. Basically, I think Jeremy's brought a lot of knowledge in from what he does. He's good at what he does, and I think we have a good pitching staff, especially 50+% of our innings come back. So have a good returning group that's just going to benefit from what he does, and hopefully pick up some of the stuff that I've done before as well.
What are your thoughts on the young arms that you've seen from last year and their continual development?
The biggest growth any player makes for me in college baseball is between their freshman and sophomore years. So I think that just seeing them walk in here after summer ball, after some of the success they had in the summer, and just they're walking in with their chest a little bit more out. I think they know that they know what to expect this year, which I think is half the battle already.
Jeremy was just talking about it. You guys have a pretty solid offense that you've been able to work with. What are your thoughts on what you've seen from them so far?
Yeah, I think we got a good mix of older guys, young guys, and just from the start on our lives, they've come out swinging it pretty well. So just trying to establish kind of our philosophy and, be adjustable, be good hitters, and we got guys that can do damage. So we got a pretty good combo right now.
Brandon Compton coming back, Kian Vu, a lot of the big contributors from last season. What are your thoughts on those two in particular, who each had really solid seasons?
Yeah, they're great. I mean, their work ethic, everything they do is solid. So, and they're open ideas. So there's, everybody needs to make adjustments. So we've kind of worked through some of that already, and just build on it this fall and be ready for the spring.
What's the biggest thing for guys who maybe are coming from a summer ball where they had to have some wood bat training and may have not gone their way, and getting that confidence back and getting their swing back in rhythm before the spring?
Yeah, I think it's an adjustment every player has to go through at that age, at that phase, and so I think it opens their eyes to where their swing's at and things that need to be addressed, and things they're solid at. So it's kind of finding that balance and working on your strengths, but also continuing to work on the weaknesses also. So, and they've both been very open to that.
Sam, you mentioned returning 50% of your innings. The last few years has kind of been reshaping the whole staff year after year. What allowed you guys to do this summer that you guys weren't able to do with the returners?
We just communicate with them, talk to them, track them. This, like I mentioned last year, this was our first recruiting class. So our first year was kind of survival mode, and the second year was a lot of transfer. This past year, although we didn't get to where we needed to get to, we were still young and we got a lot of experience out of them. So this is it. I mean, they're coming back with experience. They know what to expect. We were able to have over a year and a half of data and relationships with them. So, I think the expectation is pretty high for them this year.
What are you seeing from some of the younger guys like Jaden Alba, Rocky coming in after the first year? You talk about that growth. What has that kind of process been like for them?
Just a lot of confidence. Alba's walking around with a lot of confidence. He's throwing the ball well. Guys like Halverson and Carlone, who had their ups and downs at times last year. They know what to expect now. They know how to prepare. They know how to prepare for the downs. They know how to keep the ups hopefully going on a more consistent basis. And they just I don't want to really use this term, but they look like veterans out there, even though they're only 1 year into it.
What are your thoughts? Again, you have your first guys recruiting class under your belt. How you guys are progressing forward now with kind of a few years of the program established under Willie?
Well, this class that's on campus is, I don't know, was ranked in the top 15 by some rankings out there, and this next one should be pretty high. Obviously, the NCAA rules is going to, with the fluid movement on that, it's going to dictate what kind of class we actually bring in here and what our needs are with the roster size. But we are finally putting together, our second class is actually here. So last year was all our guys. This year's all our guys. Next year's class will be all our guys. So hopefully now that's how you build the culture and kind of establish what you want out of these guys.
Would you say that's like more of your guys' desire as a program is to develop from the ground up through high school recruits? Obviously there's going to be the transfer portal aspect to it, but do you think that's the kind of the foundation of success for you guys?
I think that's what Coach Bloomquist wanted out of here. We wanted to get our local guys, which we have quite a bit of them. We wanted to get our high school guys, and then we use the transfer portal in junior college just to fill some needs, depending on who we lose, who we don't lose. An example, we were going to try to fill a need at first base, but we got a big bopper back, so we didn't have to fill that need late. So something of that nature.
Chris, in terms of your approach with the hitting with the hitters, who would maybe been some of the players that have stood out to you so far? Maybe some guys that have taken some leaps in the offseason?
Yeah, as soon as I came in, I mean, you kind of had an idea of who's had success, who's kind of had struggles, and so I've delved into quite a bit of the younger guys, and then I'd say Isaiah is a big part of that too, where I spent a lot of time with him early, made some big adjustments. I mean, we pretty much overhauled a lot of things, and he's shown really well, and he's feeling confident about it. So that's been a highlight so far. But some of the young guys, just trying to control their swings and get them in order where they need to be, and they've all bought in, and it's been great. We've seen progression from the start already, so it's been good.
What types of adjustments?
A lot of it. I mean, it's so individualized. You know, it's just building a foundation, a base, building athleticism throughout the swing, swing paths. Yeah, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. So some of these kids are talented but a little raw, so I was trying to piece some things together for these guys, and it's definitely, we've seen progression already.
So
So
responsive, like, are they? I mean, obviously it's going to vary between one guy to another, but that process like that, it all goes into it, and how long it's really taking for you to get the results that you want.
yeah, it depends on the player. I think, I mean, some guys have better feel than other guys, and it may take a little longer, but as long as they're bought in, it's fine. And so far, there's not a player on here that hasn't been bought in, and picking my brain daily on just thoughts on hitting or how pitchers attack them or different things like that. So it's been really good, actually. So all positive.
Sam, as you guys head into fall ball, what have you noticed from the transfers and the new faces and their chemistry with the returners over the course of the summer?
I think the returners on both sides are doing a good job of helping the new guys understand what we want out of the program. Kind of the standards of the program. So I think they're doing a good job. Especially, we talked about the arms. We had so many freshman arms. They're kind of bringing in some talented young arms we have, and that Neely's a talented arm. Yeah, Max, Arledge. So they're kind of showing them the ropes. So I think that's really good. And on the offensive side, man, we return all our offensive guys. So those guys are policing themselves now. They're an established bunch, and working with Ellie here, and they're a fun group. We should be pretty good on both sides of the ball.
Jeremy talked about the pitching lab, to now see that through and kind of come to life. What has that been to see that, and how it's benefited the players and kind of changed the game for you guys in terms of preparation?
Well, it's been good for me to see it up, because it's been 3 years of it's going to be up, and it's not, and it got up there finally. So I think a lot of guys are understanding. Jeremy's helping those guys understand what works for them best, where they should go to with their best stuff, and a lot of it is stuff we talked about, but now there's affirmation. Basically, they get to see the numbers. They get to see the numbers and exactly where their fastballs play the best, their breaking balls play the best. So I think in today's age, players need some of that.